Hello everyone, in today's video I'm going to be sharing my hair care routine with you, including all of the products I use to help keep my hair healthy and just the right amount of moisturized. There is a reason that I'm making this video. It's not just to talk about myself. The reason is actually that I have greasy hair, and that's not something that I've always had, and it's just been a journey to try to figure out what to do with my hair to get the greasiness to go away, but also not to just strip it fully of all the moisture, because we still want a little bit of that natural moisture in it. So I'm hoping that by sharing what has helped me, maybe you can help somebody else out there. Just disclaimer, I'm not like a hairdresser or a hair expert in any way, shape, or form, but I have received guidance from hairdressers that I have seen, in person, and they have shared their recommendations with me for my hair specifically. So that's what I'm going to be sharing today. So quick backstory. Growing up, I always kept my hair, for the most part, really long, and I never dyed it or anything, so it was just my natural long hair. I never had any issues with like the quality of it, so I really could use any shampoo, any conditioner, it didn't matter. I usually used the Suave like Ocean Breeze shampoo and conditioner, but I could use any store-bought shampoo conditioner, was totally fine. I would put my hair up, which is why I have short hair now, because what's the point of having long hair if you never wear it down? And I would put gel in it, but I did shower pretty often, so obviously that would come out. I brush it multiple times a day, but other than that, like, I really didn't do anything special to it, so I didn't have to put any real like time or thought into my hair. Then starting in 2020, I remember vividly, not everything in this moment, but I remember this moment where I put my hands through my hair and I was just like, ugh, like I didn't like the way that it felt. It felt greasy, it felt gross, and I had never experienced that before. You know, when you're just kind of like bored, or you're trying to move your hair out of your face and you just run your hands through your hair, and I never really noticed anything or felt anything special. It was just like whatever. But this time I was like, ew, like I really didn't like what I felt, and that was not a pleasant experience, and I didn't want to experience that again. I wanted to fix that right away. So I started trying different types of conditioners and shampoos, and things would seem like they were working for a period of time, but I might have to use more of the product to feel like it was working, and even then sometimes it didn't really feel like it was working, and then at a certain point I was like, okay, we gotta try something else, and I just really couldn't figure out why all of a sudden my hair was so greasy. I did shave all my hair off in, I think it was 2019, and so in 2020 my hair was still growing back and it was short, and ever since then I've actually kept it short. So it's 2024 now, and ever since 2020 I've kept my hair short. So I've never taken it back to that, butt length again, or anywhere near that, not even past my shoulders. I, for the most part, just kept my natural dark brown hair color. My hair's black currently. I just recently dyed it like 2 weeks ago. But for the past 4 years, I've kept it my natural brown. I did get some highlights in my hair for maybe the past year and a half, and there was no color added to it. It was just lightener that was put in my hair, and so it like removed the brown, and then it was just blonde in certain parts. And sometimes I would use this pink overtone coloring conditioner on those highlights, which is just a temporary dye. It comes out within like a few weeks just by, washing your hair. It naturally will come out. But that's really it. So my hair was basically natural, and I was keeping it short. And I really just couldn't figure out why my hair was so greasy and how to get rid of it, because it didn't seem to matter how often I washed my hair or how much of this conditioner that I thought was helping I was putting in my hair. Nothing seemed to work. So finally in 2023, I made a goal for myself. I said by the end of this year, I want to figure out the greasy hair. I want to get rid of it. I want to have, you know, my new products, routine, whatever down, and I want to be done with this. And luckily, I was able to accomplish that goal. And that's why I'm here today. So just some notes on my hair. I have obviously straight hair. It's very thick, so I have a lot of hair. Currently, just a note, if you think my hair looks shiny in certain areas, I did put a wax stick on this little patch and this little patch, just because the hairs right here don't seem to ever want to stay down. But I did wash my hair last night, so it should be pretty good. It feels nice. Just wanted to make that note. So 2023 was really a year of trying new things, going to hairdressers and really questioning them about their recommendations for me. I did end up going to 2 different hairdressers. The first one, it was just at the salon that was very expensive, and I didn't feel like the experience I received there was worth the price. So then I ended up going to a different hairdresser, and this is the hairdresser that I've seen 3 times now, and I'm planning to keep going back to. But anyway, both of these hairdressers had recommendations for me that I did take, and I want to share those with you because that's, I think, what really changed everything for me. Although there are some small things that I also do that I really got from kind of, I guess, my own brain, but also from watching YouTube videos from other people who've experienced greasy hair and figured out what works for them, and then also, you know, videos from hairdressers making recommendations as well. So now let's get into the products, the routine, and what I actually do with my hair. First thing you need is a hairbrush. Of course, I think everybody has one of these. So mine really is nothing particularly special, but I really like this one because there aren't a ton of bristles. As you can see, it's like fairly small. Now granted, my hair is pretty short, but the reason why I really like this small amount of bristles is because it's super easy to clean. When my hair started getting greasy in 2020, I had a bigger hairbrush and it had way more bristles on it, and it was just so difficult to clean, and I felt like I was needing to clean my hairbrush all the time, and I just could never truly get it clean. And so I really like this one because there's so many less bristles, and then also the bottom is hard, right, because it's plastic, whereas like mine was, I don't know what the material was, but it was like squishy, so it was really hard to truly get in there and clean like the bottom of it as well. So I just use this in my hair twice a day, in the morning and at night. And every time that I use it, I clean the hair out of it. And something cool about this is it has this button right here. And when you click this, the bottom moves up, so that makes it way easier to clean the hairs out. And you can also more easily clean this bottom as well. But it doesn't actually help with cleaning the bristles. So that usually what I do is maybe like once a week when I see that it's getting a little linty, because it, like, no matter how clean my hair is, it seems like there's always some lint on the bristles after I brush it. I just use my finger and I go around the outside of a circle and then the inside of the circle and then the out, and I just keep going until I get all the way in. But I'll stop at certain points and then I have some lint on my finger and then I just go over the trash can like this and it comes out. Right now it's looking pretty clean because I just cleaned it. So that's that. Also, every once in a while I would deep clean my hairbrush. I don't think I've done it with this one because this one's just so easy to clean, but if you have a different kind of hairbrush, you can deep clean it by putting some water and a little shampoo in a bowl and then putting the bristles into that and kind of swirling it around, and then you just kind of let it set for like 30 minutes, and then you can take a paper towel and dry it off, and then even put a paper towel over one of those like cuticle tools and allowing that to go in and clean in between the bristles for you. I think it's really important to keep your hairbrush clean because if you don't, then every time you brush it, you're basically just adding grease to your hair, and that's not something that I want to be doing, especially with how my hair currently is. The only other brush that I own is a comb, and I have this bamboo one. is what it looks like. I specifically got this because I figured the bristles were a little bit bigger. Once again, it's a little bit easier to clean in between. That's super important to me. And this brush I only ever use to brush my wet hair after I've cleaned it in the shower. So this never touches my hair except for when it's wet, right after I've come out of the shower and cleaned my hair. I know some people will say don't brush your hair when it's wet, but for me, if I don't do that, then one, there's just a lot more water that like sticks in it. It takes way longer to dry. But two, my hair will not, you know, stay in like a nice way out of my face or anything. Like it's just kind of doing its own thing, and you know, I'm not gonna go to bed with it like that or walk around and eat a snack or whatever with it like that, brush my teeth, moisturize my face. Like that's just not reasonable. So I know that for me, I'm gonna brush my hair when it's wet, and this is what I got to do that. So next is actually washing my hair, and I do wash my hair probably like 4 times a week. I always wash it after I work out just because I figure it's probably dirty, I probably sweat, you know, and also I work out basically every other day. So it's just a good way of keeping up with washing my hair and getting that grease out. So now we've come to the shower and I'm in there, I'm ready to wash my hair. So what do we actually do? Well, I actually have 4 products that I use pretty much every time I wash my hair, which seems like a lot, but this is just what I found works for me, so I'm gonna keep doing it. I've also found that there's a specific way that I can wash my hair that helps with removing that grease and really getting into all those spots that maybe I wasn't getting into before because I wasn't really washing my hair properly. And so those are some techniques that I've now adopted. The first thing that I do is I just put my hair under the water and I put my hands through it and I just make sure that I get it really wet. I want the water everywhere. I want it all the way down to my scalp. And then I'm gonna go in and put the first product in my hair, which is this R&Co Submarine Water Activated Enzyme Exfoliating Shampoo. This was recommended to me by my first hairdresser that I mentioned before. And all these products, by the way, they are professional products. They are on the more expensive side, but I never buy any of them full price. I just get them in brand new condition, still sealed, on Mercari, which is a, you know, secondhand website. I get them for a much lower price, so highly recommend. I actually just ordered another one of these literally yesterday because I like to have a backup so I never run out. And on R&Co's website, this is $36, but I got it on Mercari for $13. So just an example of how this can be made more affordable for you. This is the 3 fluid ounce version. Real quickly, I just want to talk about professional products versus like regular store-bought products, because I really avoided getting professional products for years because they're just so expensive. But the hairdresser explained it to me in this really easy to understand way, and it really kind of changed my perspective to the point where I'm like, okay, like maybe it's less money up front to buy a store, you know, random shampoo, conditioner, but I'm not actually saving money in the long run because the good stuff in there is just so minimal. So the way that the hairdresser explained it to me is that these store-bought products have 80% filler, 20% product, and professional products have 80% product, 20% filler. And that filler is the stuff that's not really doing anything for your hair, and that if there's too much, it can add a lot of grease and things like that to your hair. So for me, it just made sense. I was like, okay, you know what, I really just want to get rid of this grease. I'm just gonna bite the bullet and I'm gonna be trying these professional products, and if they don't work, oh well, we'll try something else. And if they work, then we'll just keep going with them, and they work. So it makes sense why they're more expensive. And once again, I just buy them for a way lesser price on Mercari, and that's how I can save money but still be able to use these high quality products. The way that this specific shampoo was explained to me is that there was evidence, I guess, that I have hard water in my shower, you know, not something I can control, and that was not helping with removing that grease. So this is supposed to help counteract that. And this specifically, I just want on my scalp. So I don't want it like all over. I don't want it down here in the hair that's hanging out. I just want it on my scalp. So I'll literally just put a blob like on my fingers, and then I really get in there with my fingers and I'm swirling it around, and I'm just really like with my fingertips, not my nails, because I don't want to hurt myself, but I'm really scrubbing my actual scalp and getting it everywhere. And then what I do is I actually put on another shampoo, because this shampoo is just for the scalp, so I want a shampoo on the rest of my hair. For that, I use the R & Co Oblivion clarifying shampoo, and this was actually recommended to me, not the specific brand or anything, but a clarifying shampoo specifically was recommended to me by my second hairdresser, because even after using all of these products that the first hairdresser recommended, I still was a little greasy, and so this was really that game changer for me. So this is the one that I use, and then this I just, once again, like a blob on my hand, and then I put it all in the hair on top, because shampoo is really just supposed to go, you know, on your scalp and the hairs that are like right close to your scalp, whereas the conditioner is supposed to go on the hairs that aren't right there, so that they're kind of like out here, which obviously it's harder to tell because my hair is so much shorter, but like this hair right here, right, like it's not like super close to my scalp, so like this part is where I put the conditioner, but I really want the shampoo everywhere else. So this scalp, that hair that's really close to the scalp, and then I actually just let that sit for 1 to 2 minutes. So usually what I do is I'll do something else in the shower, like I'll shave something, and then I just go ahead and I wash all of that out, and I want to make sure that I thoroughly wash it out. It's really important also that you don't like do anything where you're putting anything else on your hands. Like I wouldn't want to wash my body while I'm waiting for the shampoo to set and do its thing, because then that product, even if I wash it off, could potentially still be on my hands and get in my hair, and I don't want anything to potentially counteract all the work I'm doing with these expensive professional products. So I don't do anything that would require me to have like some other kind of you know, liquid or product on my hand. So once I've washed out the first round of shampoo, then we're gonna go in with my second shampoo. This one is the R & Co Dallas Biotin Thickening Shampoo. And this one was recommended by the first hairdresser that I saw, and the last product is as well. I've noticed really adds like softness and volume to my hair. And this is another shampoo, as I mentioned, so this isn't going to be a scalp one. This is going to be similar to the clarifying shampoo, where I want it on the hair that's close to the scalp, but I don't necessarily need to be like scrubbing it in my scalp, because that's not necessarily what we're trying to do to get it there. I always make sure that my hair is wet, but sometimes I will even like just really quickly put my hair back in the water really quickly, because we don't want it washing the shampoo out, but just enough that I can kind of feel the water moving a little bit down my head, and making sure that the shampoo is actually moving around and getting to the places where it needs to get and being activated. And I will sometimes do that as well during the first round. Like I'll put this on my scalp and then just get like a little water on my head and then put the second one on. I'll also do that after I put the Dallas shampoo on for my round 2. Just get a little bit of water on there so it can move around and activate. And then lastly, I use the R & Co Dallas Biotin Thickening Conditioner. And that I use where I was mentioning before on the hair that's not like right up against my head, just down here, so like just the tips, so I don't have to use a lot because my hair is so short. Obviously if your hair is longer, then you would use more than I do, but I find that a little goes a long way. You really don't need a lot for this. Plus I don't find that my ends are usually greasy. Usually it's you know, the hair that's closer to my head. And then same deal, I wait for 1 to 2 minutes, and then I will fully wash it out. Once again, I want to make sure everything truly is washed out, and I'm wringing my hair out, not super hard. Maybe wringing sounds wrong, like I'm not doing like this, but I'm just, you know, kind of squeezing it a little at the bottom, getting all the water out. And then I have a little, actually it's right here. I have this hair towel, you know, like a little turvy twist, that's what it's called, that I put my hair in, just so it doesn't get any more wet or more potentially product on it from like me bending over and like, I don't know, touching like my arm, or it touches my arm where that has like body wash on it, or who knows. So at that point, my hair is actually done, and I wash the rest of my body, and then I get out of the shower. As I mentioned before, I do brush my wet hair with this comb, so once I'm dressed, I take my hair out of the turvy twist, and it's still a little wet, so I might take the towel at the ends of my hair and just kind of squeeze so that if there's any extra water that could be dripping off, it goes on the towel. And then finally I brush my hair with this comb. Any more water, little squeeze, and that's that. I do notice that if 3 or more days go by, my hair feels greasy again, but that whole routine has really been a game changer for me, because now I actually feel when my hair is dried the next day that my hair was actually cleaned, and it's soft now, it's voluminous, it's not greasy, it's like the perfect amount of moisture, and I can actually feel confident going out in the world knowing that my hair doesn't look wet because of the grease, because I don't have the grease anymore. Now, this is something that I've always done, but I just figured I would mention it here, that if you don't wash your pillowcase every week with your laundry, I would definitely recommend doing that, because yes, I don't shower every day. Everyone's different, so maybe for you, showering every day would be helpful to you, but from what I know, it's actually not good to wash your hair every single day. Like, your hair needs kind of a break. And if your hair isn't perfectly clean because you just came out of the shower, then who knows what could potentially be getting on your pillowcase. And obviously, for myself, I know I definitely don't want to be getting any more grease on my hair than what is naturally produced. So I definitely wash my pillowcase every week. I'm going to continue to do that, just to make sure that my pillowcase is clean and that everything that's touching my hair hopefully is clean, and that way it's not like counteracting any of the work that I'm doing. So that is my entire hair care routine, all of the products that I use. If you have any questions, feel free to leave them below. Thank you so much for watching this video, and I hope to see you in the next one.